Generation Z and Generation Y are notorious for being opinionated, outspoken, but most importantly, woke. Gen Z, for those of you that don't know, includes people born between the years 1997 to 2012, and Gen Y, better known as millennials, includes people born between the years 1981 to 1996. Now, we're all well versed with communicating with our friends and uploading pictures and updates from our lives onto social media. And so, in a way, social media has become a digital diary for so many of us. Naturally, sites like Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, they've all become platforms for us to share our personal views, beliefs, ideologies with people all over the world. With the genesis of social media, we have also seen a rise in public activism. Now, due to this rise in public activism comes talk about being woke. The word woke is defined as being aware of and actively attentive to important societal facts and issues. And woke culture is used to describe social and political movements aimed at fostering equality for all underrepresented communities. Those who subscribe to woke culture are more likely to emphasize concerns of race, gender, sexuality, and other forms of discrimination. In an ideal world, woke culture helps us substantially. First, it helps us spread our views and opinions with people all over the world on pressing global issues. Often, we've seen that celebrities make the most of this and they use their large platforms to advocate their beliefs. Take, for instance, Emma Watson, right? She has been known to use her platform to speak about issues like feminism, and she was even appointed as the UN Women Goodwill Ambassador in 2014. Due to her large fan following, she has been able to educate thousands of people on her views on feminism and gender inequality. To add on to this, we are able to hear the voices of people belonging to underrepresented and marginalized communities. For example, Hassan Minaj, who is a famous comedian. He has been known to use his platform to speak about the struggles of growing up Desi and Indian American in the US. And lastly, woke culture helps us promote tolerance and equality towards all underrepresented communities. It helps us understand what it's really like to live the lives of people that are actually discriminated against. However, there is no rose without a thorn. Unfortunately, woke culture has progressively been portrayed from what it used to aim to be into something negative. So much so that even Barack Obama decided to speak about it. He called out young people on social media and said that he feels like they aim to be as judgmental as possible. He feels like being woke has gone from speaking up to raise awareness to picking on someone's mistakes or correcting their usage of terminology, often with the aim in mind of making themselves look smarter or have a holier than thou attitude. To add on to this comes a discussion of call out culture. Now, call out culture is a way of bringing discriminatory behavior to light. So often the person that is called out is cancelled, which means that any sort of support is cut off to this individual. Take, for example, Roseanne Barr. She used to star in a popular TV show called Roseanne. However, after she tweeted something extremely racist, young people online called her out and she faced major backlash. But this sounds like a good thing, right? It is, up until the moment that protesters forget that the person they're calling out on the other side of the screen is in fact another human being. Often, activists get so hyped about the discussion that they could conduct the calling out in an incredibly toxic manner, often deeply offending the other person. Taylor Swift has been a victim of this, and she felt like it's not a TV show that we're canceling, it's another human being. She even feels like it could send the message, shut up, disappear, or even kill yourself. To add on to this comes the discussion of censorship. Often, the subjects that woke culture touches can be very difficult and triggering for some people to endure. And so, in order to create a safe space for discussion, people often censor such comments. However, censorship can be used to silence opposing viewpoints. Take, for instance, what happened on May 19th, 2014, when Twitter blocked a pro-Ukrainian tweet for all Russian users. this resulted in Russian users not being able to diversify their understanding of the situation. After talking about all of this, what can we do to better the situation? There are certain requirements of being woke, and I will discuss them. First, you need to be able to protest against what is wrong. You should respect other people's opinions. You should analyze both left-wing and right-wing opinions on the situation and follow people with rational thoughts. And lastly, you should fact-check what you're saying, because often things could turn out to be inaccurate, and that could be damaging. After understanding all of this, there are certain things that young people today could do to better the situation. First, you must understand the art of acceptance. You need to understand that there are differing viewpoints to ours, and just because they don't align with you does not mean that they're invalid. Secondly, we should all be totally and completely thorough with what we're saying. We should know what we're talking about, because often people spread all sorts of rumors and hearsay. You need to do a fact check to make sure what you're saying is relevant and factually accurate, and then go on to publicly speak. And lastly, you should be so very careful of the information you come across on social media. People use social media to spread their hearsay and false news and propaganda, and we've all been victims to false news before during the pandemic. Take, for example, the miracle COVID cures. Clearly, telling people that vitamin D and keto diets was the way to go was factually inaccurate and, in fact, dangerous. With all of this in mind, we could truly move towards a more diverse, accepting, educated community. And this community would be able to discuss social issues, find solutions to better the world we currently live in. We need to understand that our world doesn't need more radicals that just follow their leader. We need youth that are genuinely woke in order to battle the issues we want to target. Thank you.